Hi, I'm Ty the Noob Gamer, here to bring you the top games released on mobile for March 2020, plus some free games I feel might be worth your time, around to pay to win focus. With all that said, let's get into it. Arguably the most exciting game of March, Symphony of the Night basically came out of nowhere. Konami had previously announced a new Castlevania game in the works for mobile. I'm referring to Grimoire of Souls, but that was expected to be a free-to-play game, so no one saw this port coming. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a port of the console version of the classic 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania. There are also RPG elements in the game, like leveling up, switching weapons you get from defeating enemies, unlocking spells, and much more, all for just $3 on iOS and Android. And I'd recommend playing with a gamepad, as on-screen controls might not cut it for some players out there. Aces of the Luftwaffe Squadron is a top-down vertical scrolling bullet hell shooter. Here you take control of a squad of 4 unique pilots who are fully voice acted, even though I don't think the voice acting is the best. But the gameplay and content on the other hand look extremely solid. There are 50 levels with 12 unique boss fights, skill trees for each pilot, different power-ups in the levels to add new and different ways of attacking enemies. All of this for about $8 on iOS and Android. A while back, Crescent Moon Games announced about 6 games planned for release this year. I'm personally excited for Echoes of Aeon, but the focus today is on part of Mnemosyne, a challenging story-driven puzzle game. But what might actually really sell this game to most people interested is the art style. While most games try to appeal to players' senses with a beautiful mix of colors, part of Mnemosyne goes the opposite route. It's black and white, but still trippy, and has a psychedelic vibe about it, in a creepy setting with skulls, bugs, fingers, eyeballs. You get the point. It's weird in a good way, which is appropriate considering the fact that you're exploring the mind, trying to unlock memories of the main character. Part of Mnemosyne is available on iOS and Android for about $5, which is about half the price of the Steam and console versions. Exit the Gungeon is a pixel art bullet hell 2D platformer released on Apple Arcade, meaning we might not see an Android release for a while, if at all. As for the game itself, one of the unique things it does is changing your gun about every minute. The guns are Borderlands level of weird and unique, if not crazier. But it also means you can go from using a super powerful gun 1 minute to using a weak one the next, and this makes dodging very important, requiring a whole lot of concentration from players, as the game can be very challenging. And there's a decent amount of unique boss fights also. I know with Project R.I.P being a first-person shooter where you slay demons, many will feel tempted to call it Doom Eternal for smartphones, but it's not. It's more akin to Call of Duty zombie modes, where players take on waves of enemies in 5 different locations or levels at varying difficulties that open up as you complete the level on a lower difficulty. There are lots of weapons to unlock and upgrade as players level up. There are 2 things I'd like to point out about Project R.I.P. The first being the graphic settings in the game should set a standard for all mobile games. It's well detailed, and there's a lot that can be tweaked and changed to get the best performance out of whatever device you use. The second is, while the game is free to play, it doesn't seem to be going down to pay to win territory. It has only one currency. The highest in-app amount you can spend is $3. On the in-app page, the devs even inform us that the game can be played without having to spend on any in-app purchases. So I think without that, it's still a good recommendation for those into zombie modes on Call of Duty and looking for something similar on mobile. Plus there's also button mapping for Bluetooth gamepads, and it should work perfectly or can be mapped correctly if they don't work perfectly. And that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one.